Hi there, Michael Eskin here with another ABC Transcription Tools demo. I've been hosting a session at the Old Sod Pub here in San Diego going on 27 years now. And I wanted to show you how you can use the tool when you have a tune that you want to have the other people in the session learn and you want to provide them with some resources to help them learn it. So recently, we have been learning the tune The Caucasus. So normally when we introduce a new tune into the session, I like to send out an interactive PDF of the tune as well as a recording of the tune. But I wanted to show you another option that can also be very, very useful for helping people practice, particularly if they're not familiar with using the tune trainer and that sort of thing in the ABC Transcription Tools. So the first thing I'm going to do is the usual thing I would do is to create a PDF. So I just have the raw ABC here. I'm going to go ahead and just do this inject all PDF tunebook play features, and I'll just leave the defaults here. And I'll go ahead and export this PDF. So that would be the first thing I would send them, and then they could click the tune title to play it and that sort of thing. So that's the first thing I would do, is I would send them a PDF. But I wanted to show you something that might also be useful. And what you're going to want to do is go into More Tools, and you're going to want to use the phrase builder. And I'm going to go ahead and just leave this at 2 measure phrases. And what this does is it breaks the tune down phrase by phrase. For example, in this case, it'll be 2 measure phrases followed by 2 measures of rest, 2 measure phrase, 2 measure rests, and so on. We'll just say OK. And you can see now that the notation shows 2 measures of the tune, then 2 measures of rest of the entire thing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the speed down a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and set the speed, let's say, from 96 to maybe 70. Let's just hear what that sounds like. Maybe I want it even a little slower than that. So we'll say 60. Be easy for people to learn. And I'm going to go ahead and click play again. Let's see what that sounds like. And then it would have 2 measures of rest. And I'm going to turn on the metronome. Let's see what that sounds like. That sounds good. And now what I can do is I can export this version of the tune, including the metronome, including the rests, as an MP3 file. So I'm going to click on Export Audio Image or PDF. I'm going to click on Export as MP3 with Reverb. And it's going ahead and saving it. And it's saved. I'm going to go ahead and open that file. And so on through the entire tune. And then they could, in their MP3 program, go ahead and loop it. So for example, if they're in their car or they're going for a walk and they just want to practice the tune wherever they are. This way they don't actually have to use the ABC Transcription Tools, but they essentially have what the ABC Transcription Tools could create for them as far as a phrase-by-phrase practice version. So anyway, I just wanted to show that to you as an option. Again, I would send that MP3 file out along with a recording of the tune at full speed, the PDF of the tune that they could click on and bring into the tools, and now the phrase-by-phrase MP3 file.